He's superheroes of our bodies, and they are very interesting to learn about. Artificial intelligence. Simplified. Enhanced productivity and efficiency. Artificial intelligence is like a smart helper that can do repetitive tasks for us, so we have more time to do other important things. It can help in factories to make things faster and with fewer mistakes. Improved healthcare. Artificial intelligence can help doctors and nurses in hospitals. It can make them better at diagnosing illnesses and figuring out the best treatment for patients. It can also help in surgeries to make them safer and help patients recover faster. Transportation and autonomous vehicles. Artificial intelligence can make cars drive by themselves. This can make driving safer and help with traffic jams. It can also make deliveries faster and use less fuel. Ethical considerations. Sometimes, when artificial intelligence does tasks for us, it can take away jobs from people. We need to make sure that people have new jobs or learn new things so they can still work. Privacy and data security. Artificial intelligence needs a lot of information to work well. But we have to be careful to protect people's personal information and make sure it doesn't get into the wrong hands. Bias and discrimination. Artificial intelligence learns from lots of information, but sometimes that information can be unfair. It's important to make sure artificial intelligence treats everyone fairly and doesn't make unfair decisions based on things like how a person looks or where they come from. Conclusion. Artificial intelligence is like a super smart tool that can help us do many things better and faster. But we also have to think about how it affects people's jobs, keeps our information safe, and treats everyone fairly. By being responsible with artificial intelligence, we can make the world a better place for everyone. Title: The Fascinating World of Atoms. Simplified Understanding the Building Blocks of Matter. Introduction. Atoms are tiny things that make up everything around us. They are like the building blocks of everything we see and touch. In this essay, we will learn about atoms, what they are made of, and why they are important. Atomic structure. Atoms have three important parts: protons, neutrons, and electrons. Protons are like the positive charge in an atom and stay in the center. Neutrons have no charge, and they also stay in the center. Electrons are the tiny particles that zoom around the center in circles. The number of protons tells us what kind of atom it is. Subatomic particles. Protons and neutrons are made up of even smaller things called quarks. Quarks come in different types, like flavors, and they have special charges. Scientists study these tiny things to understand how atoms work. Quantum mechanics and electron behavior. Electrons move in a special way called quantum mechanics. They don't move in a straight line around the center but in a cloud called an electron orbital. This cloud tells us where the electron is most likely to be. Quantum mechanics also helps scientists understand how atoms behave and what they can do. Atomic interactions and bonding. Atoms can interact with each other and join together to make different things. They can share electrons to make stable molecules, or they can transfer electrons to make charged ions that stick together. This is important in chemistry and helps make different materials. Isotopes and nuclear reactions. Sometimes, atoms of the same kind can have different numbers of neutrons. These different atoms are called isotopes. Isotopes have similar behaviors but may not be stable. They can change and release a lot of energy, which we call nuclear reactions. These reactions have both good and bad uses. Applications and future directions. Understanding atoms has helped us make many amazing things. We use atoms to make computers, tiny machines, and clocks that are super accurate. Scientists are still studying atoms to learn more and maybe discover new things like quantum computers and things we can't see called dark matter. Conclusion. Atoms are the tiniest things that make up everything in the world. They have protons, neutrons, and electrons inside them. Scientists study atoms to understand how they work and use that knowledge to make new inventions. Atoms are like the building blocks of our world, and they are very fascinating to learn about. Title: Cells, the Fundamental Units of Life, Simplified. Introduction. Cells are like the little workers inside our bodies that help us stay alive. They are the building blocks of all living things. In this essay, we will learn about cells, what they look like, and what they do. Cell structure. Cells have a special structure that helps them do their job. They have a cell membrane that is like a tiny fence, keeping everything inside safe. Inside the cell, there is a nucleus that is like the control center. It tells the cell what to do. Cells also have different parts called organelles that help them do different tasks. Prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. There are different kinds of cells. Some cells are called prokaryotic cells, and they are very simple. They don't have a nucleus or organelles. Other cells are called eukaryotic cells, and they are more complex. They have a nucleus and lots of organelles. Cell functions. Cells have important jobs to do to keep our bodies working. They help us breathe, move, and grow. They take in food and turn it into energy. Cells also help our bodies heal when we get hurt. Cell communication and signaling. Cells need to talk to each other to work together. They use special chemical signals to send messages. It's like they have a secret language. This helps them coordinate and do their jobs properly. Specialized cells and tissues. Some cells have special jobs in our bodies. They are like the superheroes of cells. They can be nerve cells that help us feel or muscle cells that help us move. When different cells work together, they can form tissues. It's like a team of cells working together to do an important task. Stem cells and regeneration. There are special cells called stem cells. They are like the builders and repairers of our bodies. They can turn into different types of cells when needed. They help us grow when we are little, and they help our bodies heal when we get hurt. Conclusion. Cells are the little workers inside our bodies that keep us alive. They have different parts and jobs to do. Some cells are simple, and some are more complex. They talk to each other and work together to make our bodies function. Cells are like T. He superheroes of our bodies, and they are very interesting to learn about.